The story of the Koba brothers is one of power, wealth, influence, and controversy. A family name that echoes across KwaZulu-Natal, synonymous with the taxi industry, immense riches, political ties, and a lifestyle that very few in South Africa can match. To truly understand the scale of the Koba family empire, one must go deep into the world of taxis, business dominance, luxury collections, and the controversies that have surrounded them for decades. And as you're watching this, don't forget to subscribe to the Dawn Edition and comment below. Tell us what you think about the Koba empire, because this is a story that sparks many opinions. The Koba brothers began their empire in the rough and highly competitive world of the South African taxi industry. For decades, the taxi business has been one of the most powerful, dangerous, and lucrative industries in the country. Every day, millions of South Africans rely on taxis to move to and from work, school, and home. And in KwaZulu-Natal, one family stood taller than the rest, the Kobas. From humble beginnings, they built a taxi empire that controlled routes, associations, and fleets worth hundreds of millions. Their power in the taxi industry made them not just businessmen, but also influential figures in the politics and economy of KZN. The taxi industry is no ordinary business. It's an empire that runs on cash, loyalty, and power. Each route is valuable, each rank is a battlefield, and control means money flowing in daily. The Koba brothers understood this early. They didn't just operate a few taxis, they built associations, controlled taxi ranks, and became some of the biggest players in Durban and beyond. Their influence grew so large that whenever the taxi industry was mentioned in KZN, their name would come up. And when you're that powerful in a business that fuels the movement of millions of people daily, you're not just a businessman, you're an empire builder. But it wasn't just the taxis. The Koba family diversified into businesses, investments, and properties. Reports often point to their sprawling business interests, with estimates of their combined net worth running into the billions of rands. Think about that for a moment, a family empire built from the ground up, with wealth flowing from one of the most unique industries in Africa. And while exact numbers remain tightly guarded, many in KZN believe that the Koba brothers rank among the wealthiest families in South Africa. Some estimate their empire to be worth more than $2 billion, considering their assets, properties, fleets, and cash flow. And with that wealth came the lifestyle. The Koba brothers are known for their taste in luxury cars, with collections that would leave anyone speechless. From the latest Mercedes-Benz models, BMWs, and Range Rovers, to exotic machines like Bentleys and Lamborghinis, their garages have seen them all. They've been spotted cruising in convoys of German machines, their homes surrounded by luxury vehicles that symbolize their status. Their family events often look like motor shows, with cars lined up that most South Africans can only dream of owning. And of course, luxury mansions, estates, and holiday homes come with that. Their lifestyle has always been a subject of fascination. When the Kobas throw parties or attend family gatherings, it is not unusual to see helicopters landing, top politicians arriving, and entire neighborhoods buzzing. Their power is not only in their wealth, but in the presence they command. Few families in South Africa can command such attention. And remember, as you listen to this story, don't forget to subscribe to the Dawn Edition and drop your comment. Do you believe the Kobas are the true kings of the taxi industry? But power never comes without controversy. The Koba family name has, over the years, been associated with heated debates, court cases, and rumors. The taxi industry itself is notorious for violence, battles over routes, and associations that clash over territory. Whenever there is conflict in the KZN taxi world, people often whisper the Koba name. They have faced scrutiny from the media, been linked to political figures, and accused of having too much influence over the local economy. Yet, despite the controversies, their empire has remained unshaken, and their wealth continues to grow. Politics and business often mix in South Africa, and the Koba brothers are no exception. Their ties to the ruling party, the ANC, have been spoken about for years. They are related to former President Jacob Zuma through marriage, and this relationship has often fueled speculation about their political influence. When you have family ties to the highest office in the land, people naturally start asking questions. Were the Kobas simply taxi moguls, or were they power brokers behind the scenes? These questions add to the mystery of the family, making them one of the most talked about dynasties in modern South Africa. And then there's the money. Reports once revealed that the Koba family business, specifically their company Thala, processed payments for social grants worth billions. Imagine the scale of that, handling government payments to millions of citizens. That meant billions of rands flowing through their accounts, showcasing just how powerful their business interests had become. For many, this was proof that the Kobas weren't just taxi bosses, they were financial giants playing in spaces far beyond the taxi rank. And again, don't forget to subscribe to the Dawn Edition and tell us your thoughts. Do you think the influence goes deeper than what we see? But with great wealth comes public curiosity. People always want to know, what is the real net worth of the Koba brothers? While exact numbers are impossible to confirm, estimates put their collective empire between a 2 billion and a 5 billion. This includes their fleets of taxis, luxury cars, massive properties, and business investments. And yet, despite such wealth, the Kobas remain both admired and criticized. Admired for building such a powerful empire, but criticized for the controversies and the violent nature of the taxi industry that gave rise to their fortune. Still, their legacy continues. Younger generations of the family are stepping into business, politics, and social circles, continuing the name. The Kobas have built a dynasty, one that will likely last for decades. In the world of business, they are a South African case study of how raw industry, family loyalty, and ambition can turn into an empire. Whether you love them or criticize them, you cannot ignore them. The story of the Koba brothers is ultimately a story of South Africa itself. A land where opportunity and struggle mix, where fortunes can be made from industries that others overlook, and where family loyalty can turn into dynastic power. They are the kings of KwaZulu-Natal's taxi industry, billionaires in their own right, luxury lovers, political influencers, and controversial figures. As we close the story, let me remind you once more. Don't forget to subscribe to the Dawn Edition. Your subscription helps us grow and bring you more powerful stories of Africa's wealthiest and most influential figures. And tell us in the comments, what do you think of the Koba brothers? Are they empire builders to be admired, or controversial figures with too much power? Because one thing is certain, the name Koba will forever be remembered in South Africa's history of wealth, politics, and power. Until next time, this has been the Dawn Edition, where we uncover wealth, power, and the truth behind the headlines.
Two last Fridays, one known gentleman here who runs a transport industry in the north of Durban went to one site with 12 armed people. Last week, not the very last Friday, the other one, on a Friday. 12 armed people. Yeah. Niyalazi igama lakhe njengoba nihlelelana nje niyazi ukuthi nani niyamsaba njengoba nihleli lapha. Bakona laba abahleli laba bamsaba lo muntu. Yes, bamsaba. Abasukume phela abalibiza igama lakhe. Ngeke balibiza. So he came in this.
Yeah.
This is a private business. Akona nekahulumeni.
Yeah.
Wafika wathi madoda.
Sorry, please come and help the minister with the earpiece.
Wafika wathi madoda. Hambani la sekuphethe mina.
It's gotten unstuck.
Sekuphethe mina la.
Yeah.
Bawu 12 ba
12
armed. Ngithi ngaphandle kokurana industry ye transport urana ama security.
Yeah.
Now the security, by the way, akuyona yakhe. Akanayo security. Uthatha wonke lama affiliate akuyena. Manje iproblem njengoba behleli la ngiphuma la so ayikho le ndaba ukuthi bazongiroba mina laba abahleli la.
Yeah.
If that is not a mafia, when I come to your private job with 12 armed people,
Yeah.
and I say from now on here it's me, and you get out, and those people they phone police, ama owners. Fortunately or unfortunately for them, ababonanga ukuthi sebephakathi izulu.
Yeah.